got Andy playing as Dr. Krankcase. So bring him back in with your tech trap, pop it in the portal, swap out your Skylander, and then you can play with Dr. Krankcase. We can see those spinning attacks. Guy, I5. You can see he's got hands with eyes in them, and that's how he sees. And he's from, or can be trapped in an unknown trap. What could that be? Well, we think it's possibly either the light or dark, sun or moon element. So here's Andy playing as Threat Pack. So he's hovering around. He's got the kind of boost attack where he can fire down onto the ground. He's firing off these kind of missiles as well. You can see he fires them. And this is Scrap Shooter. So we take out a couple of the minor villains, and then he pops out, and he's got this kind of flip back head with those guns in the back there, and he can fire out scrap at you. Hey everyone, Wes here for Family Gamer TV, and today we've got some exclusive Skylanders Trap Team footage for you from the EGX Gaming Expo that happened in London over the past weekend. Andy and I were down there, along with a whole host of kids, and we've been playing through the game, trying to get as far as we possibly could. It was the whole game, and we managed to get to chapter 15 before we had to leave, and hopefully the kids managed to finish the game off. Now we're going to go through the chapter select screen in this video, show you what villains are in each of the levels, and there's a few reveals there of some villains we've not seen before. So let's start with chapter 1. So chapter 1 is Soda Springs, and you have to save Skyland's annual soda festival from certain terror. Now this features Sheep Creep and Gulper, and we've seen footage of those previously. Now the next level is Know-It-All Island, so you have to seek out the Stoneheads to learn more about these escaped villains. And the villains in this level are Tussle Sprout, Buzzerbeak, and Slobber Trap. Now I think we had an exclusive reveal on Buzzerbeak back at E3 perhaps, but you know, there's footage of all these characters out there right now, and 3 on this level to trap. Remember, you can trap any characters, any villains rather, with any of your characters. So level 3, Chompy Mountain, track down one of the Doom Raiders, the Chompy Mage, at the mountainous lair. So the villains are split between these kind of minion villains and then the Doom Raiders, the big bad villains, and in this level we get our first one of those, the Chompy Mage. But he's also accompanied by Broccoli Guy and Bruiser Cruiser. In level 4, we are going to the Phoenix Sanctuary, and we're going to stop Chef Pepperjack from stealing the Phoenix Chicken. Now interestingly, Chef Pepperjack isn't one of the villains you can trap in this level. You'll chase him onto the next level and try and trap him there. But in this level we get Shrednaught, Chill Bill and Cuckoo Clocker. Now if you remember from the Lollipop Festival, Lollipop, one of those, we saw some exclusive footage of Cuckoo Clocker. So if you want to see him, check out the videos in our playlist, our Skylanders playlist for that. So next up is the Chef Zeppelin level. So you're on a blimp, you're trying to track down Chef Pepperjack, and he's also accompanied by Bombshell. So just the 2 villains on this level. But Chef Pepperjack is one of those Doom Raiders, so he's going to be hard work. Level 6, we've got Rainfish Riviera, and this level was showcased at Gamescom, and we got to see Mastermind and Brawl Russ and Brawl and Chain. Now I'm still intrigued. Are Brawl Russ and Brawl and Chain like long lost brothers or cousins or something? They're different elements, but they're both walruses at heart. On level 7, we've got the Monster Marsh, and we've got some in-depth footage of this from EGX. But the big news here is we got 2 new villains. These villains do not appear on the Trap Team poster. Now we've got footage of these along with Chomp Chest, who we've seen a little bit of before. So let's have a look at him first. So here you can see Chomp Chest, this kind of treasure chest with teeth, and he acts a lot like a dog. He will chase you down, he kind of almost barks, and Andy's here as Snapshot trying to take him out. This is from our footage from level 7. You can see all of that level, as long as you don't mind the spoilers, on the site, so check that out. You'll see when you have to trap a villain, they have this kind of blue glow on them. That means you can trap them once you've worn down their health. And Andy's having a good crack at this, taking him out with Snapshot's big Traptanium sword. One more swipe should do it. There we go. And now we can trap Chomp Chest. Brilliant. Okay, that's Chomp Chest. But there are two unknown villains. Well, first off, we've got Ice Cream. So Ice Cream has this big hair over his face, eyeballs that pop out of his mouth, kind of screams the eyeballs out at you. And here you can see Food Fight trying to take on Ice Cream and some other villains, and fighting off those eyeballs as well. I think we've got Mastermind in there too. Now, Ice Cream doesn't appear on that Trap Team poster, and neither does this guy, I5. You can see he's got hands with eyes in them, and that's how he sees, and he's from, or can be trapped in an unknown trap. What could that be? Well, we think it's possibly either the light or dark, sun or moon elements that have been spoken about. We've seen a few screenshots of those in the 3DS, but you can see he waddles around until he goes crazy with his fists, and then he speeds up and he's trying to pound you into smithereens. And he's managing to evade him here, but he needs to get a few shots off, I think. And you can see all of this battle play out in our level 7 footage, along with more ice creams. There's quite a few ice creams turn up in that level, and you can see them here as well, firing off those eyeballs at us as Andy tries desperately to evade I5. I'm going to get my eyes mixed up. We've got a lot of eyes now. I wonder if they're related to Eye Brawl and Eye Small. Who knows? We need to look into the backstories and find out. But there he goes. Andy has taken down I5. And you can trap him here, but we don't have the right trap for it. We don't even know yet what trap we need. But we'll find out when we get our hands on the game and some of these traps next week, I guess. So, next up, we have Telescope Towers. So, Telescope Towers features the following villains. We've got in there Dreamcatcher, Sickle, and Painata. Now, interestingly, Dreamcatcher appears at the end of the previous level, and again, you chase her onto this level, and then you can trap her. But what we haven't seen is any footage of Sickle. So we can probably take a look at him, because we have our gameplay video of level 8 up there. Again, spoilers for this. So here is Sickle, and he's an undead villain. So we can trap him with an undead trap. But again, any of your characters can trap. And here, Snapshot's trying to take him out, wearing his energy down quite quickly, and boom, Sickle's out of there. But you can see he can kind of teleport. Hopefully Andy's now going to swap in, maybe. He's going to trap him, and then maybe swap in as Sickle. Let's have a look. No, just claim the bounty. Okay. We will have Sickle gameplay footage for you in our level 8 video, so check that out. Next up, we have level 9. So, on level 9, we have the following villains. We got Shield Shredder and Krankenstein. Now, Shield Shredder, I think there's a variant of him, Riot Shield Shredder, that's available with some pre-orders of Trap Team. But Krankenstein's an interesting one. We haven't seen much of him, and I think he's another one of those Doom... Oh no, he's not a Doom Raider, he's a regular, just a regular villain. So let's see some gameplay footage of Krankenstein. So there goes Riot Shield Shredder, sucked up by Krankenstein. And now he's coming for you. So he's an air villain. So that, I guess that's why he's got that sucking part of his armory there. And Snapshot here is going to try and take him down and trap him. But Snapshot's weapon's not really doing much good there with Krankenstein up. So Andy's going to have to either lure him down, or he's going to have to get up there and hit him with that big Traptanium sword. Oh no, Krankenstein's come down for a little one-on-one action with Snapshot. So Snapshot should be able to wear him down quite easily here with that Traptanium bow. Of course, he's got the sword and the bow combo that works together, and Andy manages to trap Krankenstein. So next up, the level 10, Secret Sewers of the Supreme Stink. So on this level, we have Rage Mage and another unknown villain. Now, unfortunately, we didn't get any footage of level 10 for you from EGX, but you can see this villain down here, this little icon. If you go back and look at our video for the Skylanders Trap Team poster, that icon is not on that poster. So it must be one of the unknown villains. Is it a Doom Raider or is it a regular villain? I have a feeling that might be a Doom Raider, one of the unknown ones. Well, we'll find out when we get hands-on with the final game in our own homes. So next up, we have level 11. Now level 11 has a couple of interesting villains in there. On level 11, we finally get to see Scrap Shooter and Dr. Krankcase. Now, Dr. Krankcase featured in the very first Skylanders trailer, but we've not seen either of these guys, so let's take a look at them in action. First up, we've got Scrap Shooter. Now, you can see him hiding behind some of these spinning villains, I think. And, oh, here he comes. So this is Scrap Shooter. So we take out a couple of the minor villains, and then he pops out, and he's got this kind of flip back head with those guns in the back there, and he can fire out scrap at you. But I think for a Trap Master, this is going to be pretty light work. And Snapshot was well powered up during EGX by everybody who played with him. Totally upgrade to the max. And here we go. Scrap Shooter. He's gone. He's out of there. So we can trap him. But you need a fire trap for him. But he's not the only villain, as we said. Dr. Krankcase, the kind of spidery limbed tech villain. He's on the scene. Snapshot's got to take him down as well. Really like this design on Dr. Krankcase, that kind of spinning attack he's got, and the way he moves, kind of spider-like around. Very, very cool. But you can see here, Andy's swapped out, and he's using Shield Shredder, the villain, to try and take on another villain, Dr. Krankcase. Those villains have a timer though, remember, so you can only play as a villain for a certain amount of time before they recharge, and then you can bring them back in again. So I think Andy's going to run out of time soon with Shield Shredder, and he's going to have to bring back one of his Skylanders and finish the job. Interesting looking level though. This is Dr. Krankcase's lair, I think, his workshop. There's lots of goo and all sorts of weird experiments and weird villains. You can see the kind of goo-like spider villain things coming after him. So Andy's got to evade those. And he's going to run out of time soon. Shield Shredder's running down. He's going to have to bring back one of his Skylanders. I think we need Snapshot, because Snapshot is going to take out Dr. Krankcase in short order, I think. Here we go. A couple more shots. Come on now. Take him out. Almost there. Almost finished. Big finish. Has he run away? Oh, he's got a big jumping attack where he can jump up in the air and come zoom down on top of you. But there he goes. He's in the bag. Now you just need a tech trap for him, and you can whisk him away, stick him in that trap, and lock him away forever. And here you've got Andy playing as Dr. Krankcase. So bring him back in with your tech trap, pop it in the portal, swap out your Skylander, and then you can play with Dr. Krankcase. We can see those spinning attacks. We've got kind of goo weapon attacks. And of course a lightning attack there as well. So quite a lot of variation with Dr. Krankcase, but then he is one of the Doom Raiders, so in theory he's going to have more powers than maybe one of those regular villains that we've seen trapped. Someone like Shield Shredder, for example. So we're going through, I'm not sure which level this is that Andy's playing, but it's looks like perhaps the Willikin Workshop, mayhap, we don't know. So next up we have level 12, and level 12 is Time Town. And on this level we've got Cross Crow. Now we've seen footage of Cross Crow before, but Andy reliably informs me that level 12 is pretty cool, so look out for that one. Moving on to level 13, we have another new villain. Now, we don't have any footage of this villain, but we do have a close-up. So let's get him ready for that close-up and take a look at this weird kind of robot, space robot villain. He's purple, he's got like an antenna, looks, I don't know, kind of like, is it Robbie the Robot from, Forbidden Planet, something like that. And then obviously we've also got Wolfgang in there, and this is the start of that level. You see, this is a space level. We go into the future of Skylands, 10,000 years, to see what that's like and try and put a stop to Wolfgang and his devious plans. Wolfgang, obviously one of the Doom Raiders as well. So, next we have level 14. Now, level 14 is an interesting looking one, because on level 14, we need a rocket. And the trolls have got one, and we need to get it. But on this level, there's a couple of cool villains. We've got Grenade, and we've got Threat Pack. Now, Threat Pack is possibly one of my favourite villains. He's a troll in a jetpack. And we got some footage of him. So let's have a look at Threat Pack. He's a cool villain. He's got a water trap, because I guess his jetpack runs on water. So here, snapshot, taking on Threat Pack with that red glow over him to show you're going to be able to trap him once you've taken him down. Make short work of him. You know, snapshot was super, super powerful by the time we got to this point. So place that water trap in, take him away, and then maybe bring him back for a little action. So here's Andy playing as Threat Pack. So he's hovering around. He's got the kind of boost attack where he can fire down onto the ground. He's firing off these kind of missiles as well. You can see he fires them every which way. What other attacks has he got in the bag? The missiles are pretty good. They're pretty effective. Not sure whether they're homing. But then that boost attack also does a good job. Threat Pack's not one of the Doom Raiders, so he's limited in what kind of powers he's got, but still fun to play with. Now, the last level we got to see was the Sky Highlands. And again, another new villain here. This one is called Hawkmongous, and he's a very cool looking villain. So in this level, you have to take your squadron to one of the highest parts of Skylands to find the location of the Golden Queen. She's one of the Doom Raiders, but you don't trap her in this level, so I'm guessing she's maybe level 16. There are 18 levels, remember, so 3 more to go. And Hawkmongous is the 5th new villain, or the 5th unrevealed villain that we've seen in this coverage. So hopefully 3 more to go. We don't know which ones are Doom Raiders, which ones are regular ones at this point. But here you can see Hawkmongous, another bird-like villain, you know, akin to Cross Crow, akin to Cuckoo Clocker. They all look a bit like crows. I don't think Hawkmongous looks much like a hawk, really. But here you can see him having a little chat with Snapshot, and he has a large sword that he fights with, and he's doing a bit of a runner. Snapshot's going to have to go after him. So that's Hawkmongous. There are 15 levels that we got to see at EGX. Some great reveals in there. We're going to put more footage from each of the levels up on the channel. We've got level 7 and 8 up there already. There's more going up every day, so check for those. Of course, if you don't want to see it, stay away. There's going to be spoilers in there. It's only a week to release the game, so we're looking forward to it. Hope you are too. And I wonder what those 3 other villains are. Well, we'll find out soon. And of course, we'll have more info for you on the light-dark, sun-moon element thing that's going on that we don't know a lot about at the moment. But we'll have more info on that for you too. Now, leave us a comment. Let us know which of these villains you're excited to play with. Which levels look the best to you? You know, which level do you want to play? Sky Highlands looks pretty good, but I want to do the 10,000 years in the future level. That looks really cool. Okay, that's it for today. That's enough of me blathering. Stay tuned for more from Family Gamer TV.